Hey everybody. So for this next video, we're going to talk about the structural diversity for neurons. And as mentioned previously, there are different ways that neurons can be classified. And typically it is by the number of extensions that arise from the soma. So it's really important to keep that part in mind. These are the extensions that come from the soma. All right, so I'll get back to that in just a second here. So let's look at the names. We have multipolar, bipolar, and unipolar neurons. Multipolar neurons are going to have one axon and then several dendrites. There can be 2, there can be 15. It could be as many as the cell would like or can have, but there's one axon. Bipolar neurons are going to be neurons with one axon and one dendrite. And then unipolar neurons are going to have one extension from the soma. And you can see this right here. So here's a multipolar neuron. We have the soma, the cell body, and there are many dendrites coming off of it, and then one axon. This is multipolar. Bipolar, we have one cell right here in the middle, the soma, and then we have 2 extensions coming off of the soma. They happen to be one dendrite and one axon. Over here we have unipolar, and in this case we are going to have this one extension. If you look where my mouse is, it is kind of small, but this is one extension coming directly off of the soma. It just so happens this one extension splits off into one axon. We have a central process and the peripheral process. But the moral of the story is there's one extension branching off of the soma. And this is what helps give rise to these names. So, as you mentioned 2 seconds ago, we have the peripheral process and the central process. In the peripheral process, the signal is going to flow from the dendrites to the cell body. And in the central process, the signal is going to flow from the cell body to the dendrites. And again, this is in unipolar neurons. Most times we're going to see these are going to be sensory neurons. So they're going to take a signal from a location, maybe, for example, the skin. Maybe there's touch here, and it can send one signal. So here's another nice slide that comes directly from the book that talks about the different types of neurons and where we typically find them. If you have any questions on these neurons, please let me know, and we can talk about them.